to this sector, but would also then make it possible for us to allocate resources, to allocate funding to this sector and support our young people engaged in the creative industry. You also did ask the question on the artists getting what they deserve. I believe that once we have put in place, we formalize that space, then it should be possible for us then to raise the entitlement that they get. Honorable Russell, and Mheshimiwa, you know that while working with you in my recent past life at the Foreign Office, during which again we successfully got the Foreign Service Act enacted, you saw the deliberate effort we put in to start profiling our sports people and turning them into ambassadors for this country. For instance, when we sought to sit on the UN Security Council, among the ambassadors we put forth to market Kenya as being worth of a place on the UN Security Council were our sports people. One of our highest profile activities was a marathon we organized in the streets of New York at the tail end of our campaign for the UN Security Council. And we tapped the profile of great sons of this land, great sons and daughters of this land like Eliud Kipchoge. And this is something that we have to do. But as you have correctly said, this must be turned into an industry. We cannot continue running sports and the arts as a sideshow, as a pastime. This is something which you should know. You can actually live from it fully and be able to take care of yourself. And it can be such a huge contribution to our GDP. It is happening in other economies. It's happening in places like the US, in South Africa. I mean, when you look even the way Tanzania is managing their sporting space, football, you can see there is already progress towards industrializing sports and the arts. We must do it, and I commit to do so, should I find favor of this committee. Honorable Emase, Mr. Chairman, you are right about the share of the fund, with 65% going to healthcare, and just a little bit, 30% going to sports and 5% going to the arts, for a fund which was created by the Sports Act for purposes of this particular area. We have to change that. We have to change that. We have to provide money into the academy, as you have correctly said. Our officers are in Nairobi. They're not visiting the rural areas. I know that Teso South is abound with talent. We have to provide resources to be able to nurture this talent, to identify this talent. And in terms of the priority in reviewing this law, we need to strengthen the discipline in our sports federations. There are a lot of issues within our sports federations, but we need to pay even keener attention in streamlining this funding space. But most importantly, as we review this law and this policy, my focus definitely would be on how we unleash the full potential of this country as a sporting and artistic country in an industrial, in a very economic, very commercial sense, Honorable Emase. Mheshimiwa Naisula, the plan to tap talent, we don't appreciate our sports people enough. And you're right. We have seen an unprecedented number of our sports people changing nationalities. The other day, there was an interesting ceremony in Gaborone, Botswana, where a few of their sports people who had just come back from some international event were feted in a massive national event. and they are being given three bedroom apartments. They are being given resources to boost their businesses and all that kind of stuff. I believe that we can do more in motivating